All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say Kahalaim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and our elders with the great millstone peace. Salutations onto the election of the Most High Yahweh Bahashem Shai. So, just as in the days of old, we have to deal with nuisances, pests, which are 2/3 the babblers, the fools, um, that troubled us in the ancient world, man. It says in Galatians 5:10, whosoever trouble you shall bear his judgment, whosoever he be. So, as being in the faith, we're gonna have to deal with pests and nuisances, scoffers, detractors, naysayers, all these things that are par for the course in the faith, if you will. But this is the book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, holding fast the faithful word. All right. Keyword faithful. All right. 2 15 and 4. All the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. Right. Holding fast the faithful word, as he had been taught, that he might be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. Yeah, by sound doctrine, man. For there are many unruly vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaches things which they ought not to for filthy lucre's sake. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, the Cretians are always liars, evil beasts, and slow bellies. For this witness is true, therefore rebuke them sharply that they may be sound in their faith, not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. For unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. For they profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work a reprobate. Yeah, that's why the Lord said, Jeremiah 6:30, reprobate silver shall men call them, for the Lord has rejected them. So the Lord has rejected many of our people, man. All right. And it's plain and evident, man. All right. The Lord has stripped the name from men. Lord has taken the spirit from men, you know, and the Lord's stopping the mouths of the unwise, man. All right. So Proverbs 13 and verse 1. All right. And pretty soon the Lord's gonna bring swift judgment down upon his house. All right. It says in First Peter 4 and 17, man. Um, Judgment start at the house of the Most High first. All right. Them that know that they're Israelites. Okay. Because Lord's basically his patience had run thin with his people, man. Right. Because they're a bunch of talkers. All right. Deceivers, stiff-necked children, man. All right. They have no understanding that it will not be ruled over, man. And the Lord said, Luke 19:27, man. All right. He that will not, matter of fact, God proved that. He that would not that I reign over him, bring hither and slay before me. But those my enemies, it says, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay before me. Yeah, you got a lot of our people that are fucking rebellious, man. And they can't keep their mouth, can't keep their lips, and they can't. They can't help themselves, So eventually, what's going to happen is, the Lord's going to bring forth His judgment, man, and it's going to be swift. Right? It's going to be a swift judgment. Okay, so it says, Proverbs 13 and 1. It says, a wise son heareth his father's instruction. See, our people don't hear their father's instruction, man. Okay, a wise son heareth his father's instruction, but a scorner heareth not rebuke. All right. It says, a man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the transgressors shall eat violence. See, the soul of the transgressor shall eat violence. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth. See, a lot of you guys, man, you gonna you bring about nothing but corrupt fruit, So you're not gonna eat good, man. All right, but a man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth. But the souls of the transgressors shall eat violence, man. You're getting ready to eat a missile. All right, that's what that means. It says Proverbs 13:3. It says, "He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his mouth shall have destruction." All right. He that openeth his mouth, his lips shall have destruction. Openeth wide his lips shall have destruction. For the soul of the sluggard desireth and have nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. See, the soul of the sluggard desireth and have nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. All right. So what you see with these scoffers and these demons is that they're not diligent, man. They've lost the oil. They've lost the spirit. They've lost the fire. Okay. They've lost that fire. They lost the passion, for this truth. All right, for the gospel of Yahweh Shema Shai. They've lost that. They lost that desire. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so it says Matthew 12:35. It says that a good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things. A corrupt tree cannot bring forth good fruit. It says, but I say unto you that every idle word that a man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. Yeah, you got a lot of idle words being spoken out there, man. A lot of idle wantonness. Okay, so it says, for by thy words shall thou be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. So the words that a lot of these men are speaking is really condemning them, man. You know, the house of Saul, they're speaking a lot of words that's going to condemn them, you know, but that's what they were foreordained to do. All right, it says Second Samuel 3:1. Now there was a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David. But David waxed stronger and stronger, and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker. That's right. And you damn demons that can't keep your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You waxing weaker and weaker. You're waxing weaker and weaker because Spirit of the Lord, has departed from you, man. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, you can't utter the names anymore. You're not defending the gospel. You're not diligent. All right. Scripture say a slothful man shall be compared to a filthy stone. So you guys are slothful, man. You guys are not you guys are no longer protectors or defenders of the gospel, man. You become detractors. You become betrayers, murderers. So it says a slothful man, Sirach 22, and the first verse it says a slothful man is compared to a filthy stone. See, that's the house of Saul, man. You know, become slothful. All right, they're not diligent anymore. It says everyone that will hiss him out to his disgrace. For a slothful man is compared to the filth of a dunghill. A slothful man is compared to the filth of a dunghill. Every man that taketh it up shaketh his hand. For an evil nurtured man is the dishonor of his father that begat him, and a foolish daughter is born to his loss. Yeah, evil nurtured man is the dishonor of his father that begat him. See, you dudes are becoming an embarrassment. All right, you're dishonor to your father which is in heaven. You know what I'm saying? You're a dishonor to your own fathers on earth. Okay, so you just become a complete disgrace. See that which had been to their prophet. Again, Psalm 69 chapter, man. Okay, that's why King David he prayed the prayer or put the curse on these 2/3, man, on these niggas. Cause , you see, when that curse came upon them, It stayed on them to this day, man. You know, it says, Psalm 69:22. It says, "Let their table become a snare, and that which had been for their welfare, let that become a trap. Let their eyes be darkened, that they see not, and let their loins continually shake. Make their loins to continually shake, and pour out that indignation upon them, and let that wrathful anger take hold of them." That's what the Lord is going to do. They're going to bring about wrathful anger upon these demons that can't keep their mouth. They're going to have destruction because they open wide their mouth against the Most High. So the Lord's wrathful anger is going to take hold of them. So let their habitation be made desolate, and let none dwell in their tents. For they persecute him whom thou hast smitten, and they talk to grief to those whom thou hast wounded. All right. They add iniquity onto their iniquity. See, because they help forward our affliction, man. They're annoyances. Instead of building in the spirit, they try to hinder the buildings like the heathen. You know, likewise, what I'm saying, why the destruction is gonna come to these individuals, that are detractors of the gospel. They're not helping build the kingdom of heaven. They're helping to, cause confusion. It says 28 verse, "Let them be blotted out of the book of the living, and be not written with the righteous." All right. So that's what's gonna happen to these guys that open wide their mouths against the Most High, man, and his men and his word, these demons, right? These reprobates, man. Okay. These betrayers of the blood of Yahushua, man. You know. Okay, so because this is why the Lord says there's a long war between the house of Saul and the house of David, because many of these guys call themselves Israelites have betrayed the blood of Yahushua, man. And put them to an open shame because they turn their back on the plow. That's why they're compared to a filthy stone, man. You know. So it says, second verse, "A slothful man is compared to a filthy stone." Sirach 22:2. "A slothful man is compared to the filth of a dunghill. Every man that taketh up will shake his hand. An evil nurtured man is dishonor of his father that begat him, and a foolish daughter is born to his loss." It says, "A wise daughter shall bring inheritance to her husband, but she that liveth dishonestly is her father's heaviness. She that is bold dishonoreth both her father and her husband, and both they should despise her." See, that's why the Lord hates, what I'm saying, you niggas, you demons, because you're bold and you dishonor both your father and your husband. Not bold in righteousness, but bold in wickedness. Because Scripture say the righteous bold as a lion, but you're not bold as lions, right? You leave this doctrine, this faith, this truth, the first principles of Yahweh Shai, as it says, and you turn into bold demons, you know. So it says, sixth verse, "A tale out of season is as music and mourning, but stripes and correction of wisdom are never at a time." See, it's never at a time for you to receive stripes and correction, all right, by the Most High, man. All right, because that's how you're going to receive wisdom. But see, a fool, no, if not, regard not the time, man. Say, a fool babbler, regard not the time. And that's most of our people, man. All right, so it says, "Whoso teach a fool is one that glueth the potsherd together, and as he that waketh one from a sound sleep." Yeah, because these people are asleep, zombies, Got a lot of zombies, man. All right, it says, "He that telleth a tale to a fool speaketh one to one in a slumber, which he have told his tale will he say, What is the matter? If children live honestly and have wherewithal, they shall cover the baseness of their parents. But children being haughty through disdain and want of nurture do stain the nobility of their kindred." See, that's why the Lord's going to remove you guys, man. Remove you demons about the picture, man. Because you stain the nobility of your kindred. That's why the Lord called you that's why he said you a reprobate silver, man. Children that's unprofitable, you know, called bastards. So it says, "Weep for the dead, for you have lost the light." Ooh, hey, that's the spirit, man. That's the spirit, man. Hey, weep for the dead, for he has lost the light, man. Hey, that's a spirit. Okay. Weep for the dead, for he has lost the light, for he have want of understanding. See, with the righteous, with the plenteous, there's full understanding, man. But with you demons, there's no soundness, man. You know, there's no soundness. All right. There's no soundness. There's total confusion, man. Total madness. So the Lord can't build his kingdom upon you, upon you're not pillars of the kingdoms to come. All right. Because you're not spiritual, you're in the flesh, man. All right. Psalms 38:3. There's no soundness in my flesh because of thine anger, neither is there any rest in my bones because of my sin. For my iniquity are gone over my head as a heavy burden, they are too heavy for me. All right. My wounds stink and are corrupt because of my foolishness. Yeah, you got to be washed with the word, man. That's why it says in Ephesians, the 4th chapter, man, let no corrupt communication proceed out of thy mouth, man. All right. Ephesians 4:29, it says, let no corrupt communication proceed out your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that they may minister grace unto the hearers, man. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of the Most High, whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption. See, so many of you are not sealed to the day of redemption. So you just allow corrupt communication to proceed out your mouth. You defy yourselves with the things that you teach, the blasphemous doctrines that you teach, the wickedness that you spew out onto the people, and you try to pollute them. But the Lord said, the voice of a stranger they should not hear. All right. It says, and grieve not the Holy Spirit of the Most High, whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption. And let all bitterness and wrath, anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice, and be kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as Yahushua for the Most High's sake have forgiven you. All right. That's why the Lord said in the latter days you're gonna be without, they're looking to be without natural affection, truth breakers, when heady, high-minded, man, they're not ready to forgive. They're not ready to forget. All right. They're not tender-hearted. You see, as Jake had hardened their neck in the ancient world, coming out of Egypt, having the stony heart, here it is, they have it again today. That's how you know we're in the process of reincarnation. So let no corrupt communication proceed out your mouth. Ephesians 4:29. But that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. You see, you know what I'm saying? You dudes don't bring forth no grace to the hearers, man. Okay, you bring forth pure wickedness, pure evil. That's all you bring forth, man. So it says Sirach 22, back in Sirach 22:10, it says, but children being haughty through disdain and want of nurture do stain the nobility of their kindred. All right. So you niggas have stained, Jerusalem. All right. That's why the Lord's gonna remove you from the midst thereof, man. And he stripped you, took the spirit from you, and made you bare, man. Rightfully so, because you don't belong in that council, man. It says 11 verse, weep for the dead, for he have lost the light. There you go. Sirach 22:11, weep for the dead, for he have lost the light, and weep for the fool, for he had wanted understanding, man. And make it little weeping for the dead, for he is at rest. But the life of the fool is worse than death. See, it's better to die than be a fool. And most of you niggas are fools, man. You take yourselves to be wise, but the Lord said, let a man become a fool, they may become a wise. You know, let him be born again. So it says 12 verse, it says 7 days do men mourn for him that is dead, but for a fool and an ungodly man all the days of his life. Talk not much with a fool, and go not with him, go not to him that have no understanding. Beware of him, lest thou have trouble. See, a nigga gonna bring trouble. See, but the mouth of the wise is the welfare of the world, the upholding of the world, man. All right. It says, talk not much with a fool, and go not with him that have no understanding. Beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries. Right? The Lord said, "Touch not the unclean thing, I receive you." See, Jake be defiled with them that they associate with, with the bullshit, that them demons that's on them guys, hop on you. That's why it says, "Touch not the unclean thing." 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. I receive you. So it says, "Talk not much with a fool, and go not to him that have no understanding. Beware of him, lest thou have trouble, and thou shalt never be defiled with his fooleries. Depart from him, and thou shalt find rest, and never be disquieted with his madness. With madness." It says, "What is heavier than lead, and what is the name thereof but a fool?" What's more burdensome and heavier than a fool, man? It's more than lead, you know. It says, "Sand and salt and mass of iron is easier to bear than a man without understanding." You see, a nigga without understanding, man, that's a heavy burden to bear, man. All right. It says, "As timber girt and bound together, and a building cannot be loosed with shaking, so the heart is established by advised counsel, shall fear at no time. A heart settled upon a thought of understanding is as fair saltry on the wall of a gallery." Okay, pails set on a high place will never stand against the wind. So a fearful heart in the imagination of a fool cannot stand against any fear. And he that pricketh the eye will make tears to fall, and he that pricketh the heart maketh it to show her knowledge. Whoso casteth a stone at the birds frayeth them away, and he that upbraideth his friend breaketh friendship. Though thou drawest a sword at thy friend, yet despair not, for there may be returning to favor. If thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, for there may be a reconciliation. Except for upbraiding or pride or disclosing of secrets or treacherous wounds, for these things every friend will depart. And that's why the Lord has called you no longer friends, man. You know, because you open your mouth. And Proverbs 13:3. It says, "He that keepeth his mouth shall keep his life, but he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction." You see? So that's why you're no longer friends of Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Can't utter the names, can't speak the words. That's why you want to kill the real prophets of the Lord, slay and murder, murder the ones that sent onto you, you know. Cause that's what they did in the ancient world, man. These demons. All right. So he that opened wide his mouth shall have destruction. So that's Sirach 22 and verse 22. If thou hast opened thy mouth against thy friends, see, the Lord called us friends, and you open your mouth against them, man. You know. So therefore, there's no more reconciliation. You don't got the ministry of reconciliation, man. All right, no more in you. It says Sirach 22 and 23, "Be faithful to thy neighbor in his poverty." All right. You are they which have continued me in my temptations. Luke 22 and 28, man. You wasn't faithful to thy neighbor, to the Lord in his poverty or your brothers, you know. It says, "Abide steadfast unto him in the time of his trouble, that thou mayest be heir with him in his heritage. For a mean estate is not always to be contempted, nor the rich that is foolish to be had in admiration. As the vapor and smoke of a furnace goeth before the fire, so reviling before blood. I will not be ashamed to defend a friend, neither will I hide myself from him." See, so many of you are ashamed of our Lord, man. You don't even mention his name anymore. You can't speak his name. The Lord took it from you. You're ashamed, man. And you hid yourself from him, man. See, and you hid yourself from your brothers, all right? So you turn your back on the plow, you know. So that's why you're gonna be fit for destruction, man. And if any evil happen unto me by him, everyone that heareth it will beware of him. Who shall set a watch before my mouth? See, somebody has to set a watch before these demons' mouths, that keep their lives, see, because they're unnurtured children, you know. That's why they're dishonored to their father. It said, "Who shall set a watch before my mouth, and the seal of wisdom upon my lips, that I should not suddenly fall by them, and that my tongue destroy me not?" See, the tongue is a mighty thing, man, and it has destroyed many. They have not been able to wield it, in the correct manner. Okay, so it says James 3:1, "Even they of the circumcision," as read in Titus, the first chapter. All right, so James 3:1, "My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. And for in many things we offend all. If a man offend not in word, the same as a perfect man, and being able also to bridle the whole body. Behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth that they may obey us, and we turn their whole body about. Behold also the ships, which though they be so great and are driven of fierce winds, yet they are turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth. Who's the governor? The Most High, man. And he listed wheresoever he will, right? Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasts of great things. Behold, how a great matter a little fire kindleth. And the tongue is a fire and a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among my many members, or our members, so like it, that it defiled the whole body and set on fire the course of nature and is set on fire of hell. See, the tongue gets you in mighty a lot of trouble, man. You guys, man, you guys are in for a world of trouble because what you've said against the Lord and His true men, and His word, you're in a lot of trouble, man. You little troublemakers, man. Like Nair said, beware of troublemakers. All right, it's spirit, beware of troublemakers, man. James 3:7, for every kind of beast and of birds and of serpents, of things in the sea, is tamed and have been tamed to mankind, but the tongue can no man tame, for it is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Yeah. That's why our Lord said, that which proceed of the man defile him. Now it's that which he taketh in, right? So when he was speaking in the spirit, you know. So it goes on to say, but the tongue can no man tame, for it is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Therewith we bless the Most High, even the Father. Therefore, therewith we curse we men, which are made after the similitude of the Most High. Out of the same mouth proceeded blessings and cursings. My brethren, these things are not to be so. Doth a fountain set forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? All right. Can the fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries, either vine, figs? So can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh. For who is a wise man and endowed with knowledge amongst you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter envy and strife in your hearts, glory not and lie not against the truth. For this wisdom descend not from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish, and that's what many have. Earthly, sensual, devilish wisdom, you know, that they're spewing out of their mouths, man, which defiles them ultimately. For in envy and strife there is confusion, every evil work, but the wisdom that's from above is first pure. Then peaceable, gentle, easy being treated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace with them that make peace. So that's why it says, blessed are the peacemakers, man. But the Lord said there's no peace to the wicked, Isaiah 57:21. There's no peace to the wicked. All right, so there's no peace to your demons. All right. But peace shall be upon the house of David, the house of the Most High. So Psalms 19 and verse 13, it says, keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins, and let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Right. So that's what you should be praying. All right. That's what King David said. Give me not over to presumptuous sins, because many of you are given over to presumptuous sins. You know, so you could be, if you're not careful, you could fall into that. But ultimately, the elect will not fall into that. All right. The condemnation of the devil. All right. Which that's for you novices that lifted up with pride, man. All right. So it says Proverbs 10 and 14, wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. All right. The mouth of the foolish is near destruction. Proverbs 14:3 says, in the mouth of the foolish is the rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve them. All right. So the lips of the wise are going to be preserved through knowledge. Through knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord, man. And the Lord continually, putting that hedge around them, keeping them and straightly, and part of his army, if you will, part of his part of his sheep, his elect, So it says Psalms 37 and verse 29. It says, "The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. For the mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment." Right. And the evil man understands not judgment. So we're talking about judgment, man. And see, our people, despise that judgment of the Lord, man. They look at it as evil, you being an asshole, you doing this, you doing it. And look, that's the counsel of the Lord, man. And ultimately, you know, this is necessary because that's the only way it's gonna be righteousness on the earth. It's the only way it's gonna be equity, man. All right. So it says the mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of the Most High is in his heart, and none of his steps shall slide. No, because they're not backsliders in heart, man. All right. It says the wicked watch the righteous and seeketh to slay him. The Lord will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it, man. So we're gonna see the downfall of the wicked. We're gonna see the downfall, you niggas. We're gonna see the downfall, Esau, Edom. All right. We're gonna see the downfall, Esau, Edom. We're gonna see the judgment of 2/3, man. Because we continue. And we kept our mouths and the correct doctrine, the correct understanding. Faithful. All right. Psalms 49:3 says, "My mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. For I will incline my ear to a parable, and I will open my dark saying upon the harp. Wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about?" Okay. So you're gonna have nothing to fear, man, because we're made perfect in love. So he that feareth is not made perfect in love. So our mouth speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. But for you scoffers and you demons, nothing for you is pure, man. All right. So it's Proverbs 24:1. It says, "Be not envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them, for their heart studieth destruction, and the lips talk of mischief." It says, "Through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding it's established." See, that's why the Lord set up his men of understanding so the house could be established. Because through much idleness, the building decayeth. Ecclesiastes 10:18. You know. So it says, "Through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding it is established. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, and yet a man of knowledge increaseth in strength. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool." See, this word has become too high for you fools, man. "And he openeth not his mouth at the gate, in the gate. He that deviseth to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. The thoughts of a foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men." That's right. That's why you niggas are abominations to us, man. All right. It said, "If thou feign the day of adversity, thy strength is small. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain." All right. So a lot of our people are getting ready to be slain, man, by the sword. All them that would not that the Lord rule over them. All right. Luke 19:27. That's why it says a long war, 2 Samuel, the third chapter of the house of Saul and the house of David. Long war, man. Long, long, long war, man. All right. Even to this day. Because you niggas are still around being pests. All right. So it says, Ecclesiastes 10:12 says, "The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of the fool will swallow up himself. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness, and the end of his talk is mischievous madness." Mischievous madness. "A fool also is full of words, and a man cannot tell what shall be, or what shall be after. Who can tell? After him, who can tell? The labor of the foolish wearieth every one of them, because he knoweth not how to go to the city. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy king is the son of nobles." All right. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy son is the king of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season for strength and not for drunkenness. And by much slothfulness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through. Through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through. So who did the Lord say? He said, "Bring me fruit meet for repentance." That's going to bring forth the building of the kingdom. You know. So by much idleness the building decayeth, and through idleness of the hands the house droppeth through. That's because the house of David is being built up. Because you house of Saul niggas, you didn't through your idleness, man. Israel has fallen. And become a ruin. Heaps has become has become Israel has become a shell of its former self. That's why it says many paths have devoured, tread down my heritage, tread down my portion. You know. So, anyways, it says 19th verse, a feast is made for laughter, and wine maketh merry, but money answereth all things. Curse not the king, not in thy thought, and curse not the rich in thy bedchamber. For a bird out of the air shall carry the voice, and that which hath wings shall tell the matter. So the Lord hears all things, and the Lord knows all things. Them that would seek to hide their sin, and them that truly serve the Lord. So it says Sirach 10 and verse 12, it says the beginning of pride is when one departed from the most high, and his heart is turned from his maker. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it will pour out abomination. Therefore the Lord had brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. For the Lord had cast down the throne of prime princes and set up the meek in their stead. All right. The Lord setting up the meek, man. All right. Job 34 and verse 21, it says, for his eyes are upon the ways of men, and he seeth all his goings. There is no darkness, nor shadow of death, where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves. For he will not lay up upon man more than right, that he shall enter into judgment with the Most High. He shall break in pieces many mighty men without number, and set others in their stead. Therefore he knoweth their works, and he overturneth them in the night, so that they are destroyed. You see? So it says, Sirach 20 and 5, there's one that keepeth silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling become hateful. Some man holdeth his tongue because he hath not to answer, and some keep silence knowing his time. For a wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity, but a babbler and fool will regard no time. For he that useth many words shall be abhorred, and he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated. There is a sinner that have good success in evil things, and there is gain that turneth to loss. For there is a gift that shall not profit thee, and there is a gift whose recompense is double. There is an abasement because of glory, and there is he that lifted up his head from a low estate. And there is that buyeth much for a little, and repayeth it sevenfold. A wise man by his word maketh him beloved, but the grace of fools shall be poured out. For the gift of a fool shall do thee no good when thou hast it, neither yet the envious for his necessity, for he looketh to receive many things for one. Yeah, that's the spirit, man. Okay, so let me jump down to the 19th verse. It says, an unseasonable tale will always be in the mouth of the unwise, and a wise sentence shall be rejected when it cometh out of the mouth of a fool, for he will not speak it in due season. There is that hindered from sinning through want, and when he taketh rest shall not be troubled. All right, so the true man of the Lord is not gonna be troubled, man. All right, but you unwise that come with your unseasonable tales, you know, shall be rejected. All right. So it says, Sirach 21 and 7, an eloquent man is known far and near, but a man of understanding know when he slip it. You got to know when you slip it. But a babbler and a fool regard no time. And he that builded his house with other men's money is like one that gathered himself stones for the tomb of his burial. For the congregation of the wicked is like a toe wrapped together. That's the house of Saul. That's the congregation of the wicked. With Esau, which they're all one and the same. Congregation of the wicked is like a toe wrapped together, and the end of them is like a flame to destroy them, flame of fire to destroy them. For the way sinners made plain with stones, but at the end thereof is the pit of hell. You hell doctrine niggas. All right. Like I said in live, at the camp, the end thereof is the pit of hell. All right. You hell doctrine niggas. All right. Your ways men playing with stones, but at the end thereof is the pit of hell. He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof. And the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom. And he that is not wise will not be taught. But there is a wisdom which multiplieth bitterness. For the knowledge of a wise man shall abound like a flood, and his counsel is like a pure fountain of life. So this pure counsel of the Lord, has departed from use, all right, because of the fact that you're not pure unto them that's pure is not unto them that's pure. All things are pure, but unto them that defile and believe in nothing pure. Titus 1:15 again, So and his counsel is like a pure fountain of life. The inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel, and he will not hold knowledge as long as he liveth. All right. Whew. The inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel, and he will hold no knowledge as long as he liveth. See, at the end of the day, it's a personal thing, man. All right. It's an inner thing. Like, you got to fight your demons. All right. Many of you can't do that. All right. That's why you end up where you end up. But that is what it is, man. All right. So it says, if a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add on to it. But as soon as one and no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he cast it behind his back. The talk of a fool is burdensome in the way, but grace shall be found in the lips of the wise. They inquire at the mouth of the wise in the congregation, and they shall ponder his words in their heart. As is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool, and the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense. Doctrine unto fools is as fetters on the feet, and like manacles on the right hand. A fool lift up his voice with laughter, but a wise man doth scarcely smile a little. Learning unto a wise man is as an ornament of gold, and like a bracelet upon his right arm. A foolish man's foot is soon in his neighbor's house, but a man of experience is ashamed of him. For a fool will peep in at the door into the house, but he that is well nurtured will stand without. It is the rudeness of a man to hearken at the door, but a wise man will be grieved with the disgrace. For the lips of talkers will be telling such things as pertain not unto them, but the words of such as have understanding are weighed in the balance. And that's who the Lord is going to uphold, the words of them that have understanding. All right. The heart of fools is in their mouth, but the mouth of the unwise in the heart is in their heart. When the ungodly curse Satan, he curses his own soul. So you niggas shouldn't be talking about Satan because you are Satan. All right. For a whisper defy his own soul and is hated whithersoever he dwelleth. All right. Okay. So Proverbs 13:3, it says a wise it says he that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his mouth shall have destruction. All right. So with that, I want to say, call him like Howell, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rukakwadash, and the bonus to our apostles, elders, teachers at the Great Millstone. Peace and sanitation to you, elect brothers out there. You brothers are the elect. All right. With that, I say, call him like Howell, Bahashim, Bahashim, Rukakwadash, Shalom to the election. All right. He that keepeth his mouth, keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his mouth shall have destruction. With that, Shalom.